What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol ATER for Aterian Inc. On the left-hand side, we're looking at the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. This, of course, will be more of an update. We've covered this one semi-regularly now on the channel, and the main thing to discuss is quite clearly the elephant in the room, the large red-bodied candle from today's session that not only filled the gap underneath here, it also violated the support trendline and closed underneath this $11.20 mark. So what are we going to do about this stock? Is it the end of the world? Let's take a look through the 30-minute perspective and see what's going on. Let me clean that up. Didn't want that to click on. There we go. So zooming in once more. There we go. That's a little bit better. The gap has filled, which overall is a structurally healthy thing for a chart. Whenever a gap remains unfilled, there's always potential that a return there does fill the gap, right? So now that it's filled, we've essentially confirmed that yes, downside action is in play. Didn't really take a rocket scientist to figure that one out. This support trendline is no longer really in play. We've clearly violated that, so we'll get rid of that. And the next thing to really discuss is the close of today's session. If we come in from the highs and down to the lows with our Fibonacci tools, what you'll notice is that this little dead cat bounce into the end of the day session here didn't even make it to the 38.2, which coincidentally is very close to that area right here. Of course, the bottom of the gap from, what was that, Friday into Monday. So I would argue that 1328 should really be the area to pay attention to, not so much the fibs. You know, if you've watched the channel for any period of time, we generally favor structure over Fibonacci. So to the upside, if this is going to reverse off of this 1120 mark, and again, just remembering that that was only a prior pivot high in here. It's not like it was a huge area of support from in the past. Very minor, quite honestly, right? If we do hold here and reverse higher, you're probably being patient to see if we can make it back up to 1328, and then looking for structure to build out for bullish patterns to get back into 1616, and then our highs up here, 1852. That's, you know, the first and most bullish outcome here if we do hold at that 1120. But I would argue, given the nature of today's selling, you know, it's probably likely we see a little bit more downside continuation. The next thing I would really pay attention to is 9 the whole dollar, as well as the major support trend line. So we got rid of the secondary and we're left with the primary support trend line. And if that holds at $9, give or take, that would be a super support, right? We also have that acting as prior support, then resistance. So it is noteworthy, again, prior breakout point from in here for higher. So 9 does strike me as the next critical area on this chart. If we violate that, I would probably stand clear of ATER, just expecting that, again, whenever you're dealing with something that has gone parabolic, usually the pullbacks are deeper and go to places people don't want them to go or even think they can go in the first place. So again, probably just avoid if we don't hold on to 9. And again, that might look something like this. If we print a daily hammer down here, the next day we take out the high, that would be your signal to go long off of this as area of support. If we just crush right through it, again, stand aside, let it do its thing, let the dust settle, and then essentially evaluate the structure once we sort of stabilize, right? The one thing I will note before I wrap it up here is the fact that volume was actually muted, right? As compared to the breakout day from Monday, of course, today's session volume was slightly lower. Again, it's not like that all of a sudden makes this chart immensely bullish. No, don't get me wrong. Obviously, this is pretty aggressive sell side activity, but it would have been worse if the selling bar looked something like this in terms of volume and overtook the prior day's volume. So just noting that, again, maybe this is just the healthy pullback developing, taking back some of that parabolic move. So those are all the things I'm thinking about. Those are the main levels that I'll be watching for. Again, really it boils down to 9. Do we hold there? Do we hold at this 1120? And if so, I would really be patient for structure to build out some sort of bullish pattern back up above that 1328, 14 area to take us into those overhead targets, which we've discussed. So please be patient here. Let there be confirmation. Don't just jump in long blindly. That's how you generally get hurt whenever you're trading things that are parabolic. So if you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the update, let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.